Good evening, class. For those who don't know me, my name is Tyler Langford. I'm a student from Prescott, Arizona. And those who saw my previous video, welcome back. And I'm excited to contribute to the conversation of ethical violations and board discipline. The biggest thing that stood out to me from all of our texts and videos was how important competency is for counselors, and how they emphasize that it's the counselor's duty to monitor their own efficiency and take the necessary steps to improve when needed. When some of the violations that would be brought to a disciplinary board is found with misconduct, false documentation, inappropriate relationships, and incompetency. According to the ACA I-1A, counselors know and understand ACA ethical code and other applicable codes from professional organizations or certification and licensing that they are members of. The most important thing that I think that we can take away from it as young counselors is what follows up is that lack of knowledge or a misunderstanding of an ethical responsibility is not a defense for ethical misconduct. Here in the state of Arizona, we look to the Arizona behavioral health examiners as for our laws and statutes. And one of the cases that I came across was a counselor who was originally counseling a mother, and over time brought the child into her practice, but didn't have a consent form. And this was important to see because it was somebody whether if it just slipped her mind or it wasn't or she intended it all at any point, is that she misunderstood that ethical responsibility was ultimately compromised. The biggest one that the state found was that in the ACA 8.8 under multiple groups, when a counselor agrees to service two or more persons who are in a relationship, the counselor must clarify that on the outset which person or persons are clients and how the counselor will have a relationship with each person involved. And by the Board of Examiners here in Arizona, the code AAC R46-1101, the consent for treatment, and the AAC R46-1102, treatment under treatment plan, were both violated in this case. And the probation, the counselor is ultimately put on probation for 12 months and was expected to get further training in consent agreement. And I thought that was a great call by the Board of Behavioral Health or examiners, excuse me, and ultimately for the betterment of the client. I'm excited to see what you guys have to say and to hear other violations and how your state's boards resolve those. Have a great rest of the night.